Greetings, cocktail aficionados. It's John Moser with a special St. Valentine's Day edition of Cocktails Out of Quarantine. And I was looking at appropriate Valentine's-like drinks, and I encountered the Pink Lady. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pink Lady sounds like your classic girly drink. You know what I'm talking about. Like a lot of the places around here, their cocktail list, it's all stuff super sweet, designed for ladies who don't like the taste of liquor. Well, the Pink Lady is going to surprise you. It surprised me. When I looked at the actual ingredients, I thought, this looks like a pretty serious drink. Sure, it looks pink, but that's okay. And I made it last night for guests, and it went over great. So it actually kind of packs an alcoholic punch. It's got gin, not vodka, which just gets covered up by everything else. It's got lemon juice. It's got apple jack, so it gets a little more boozy from that. And any sweetness that it has comes from grenadine, and there's not even a whole lot of that. So this is a drink that deserves to be taken seriously. Oh yeah, and then you shake it with, if you want to, you shake it with egg white, and you get that nice foamy cap on it. In fact, it's a drink that goes back about 100 years. It was invented in the 1920s during Prohibition. And you may not be aware of this, but Prohibition was actually kind of a golden age for the American cocktail. Reason being, there was so much terrible liquor out there, especially cheap, bad gin that you found, because that was really, you drank whatever you could get hold of if you were a drinking sort of person, because it was hard to come by. So lots of cocktails were invented as a way of counteracting some of the bad taste of the cheap gin. We're not going to use cheap gin. We're going to use good gin, and that's going to make it even better. But I'm going to show you how to make this great Valentine's Day drink. It's good for any time of year, actually. But first, I'm going to show you what you need. As I just said, it's a gin-based drink. We are going to use MLH Distillery's barrel-rested Tomcat gin. This is really good stuff. You could argue it's actually too good to use in a cocktail, but I'm going to use it anyway, especially because I ran out of the other kind. What are my dogs going on about? Never mind them. Applejack, right? Apple brandy. This Laird & Company Applejack is really good stuff, so it'll mix really well with that gin. Lemon. We're going to use probably half a lemon's worth of juice, and we're going to cap it off with grenadine. And then egg white. So because it's going to be egg white, we're not going to start with any ice at all in our shaker. But all right, now you know what you need. Let's make the drink. All right, let's start with our gin. 1.5 ounces that we will dump into our empty shaker. That is good gin. We are going to add to that 1/2 ounce of the Applejack. The gin Applejack combination is a really interesting one. I wonder if there are other drinks that have it. We are going to now put in about 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. Get my squeezer. Three-quarter ounce we should easily get that from a half of one of these nice big lemons that we've got. Yeah, there we go. And finally, 1/4 ounce of grenadine, which is of course where we're going to get the pinkness and where we're going to get that little bit of sweetness. That was a bit too much. All right. Finally, egg white. It's egg separating time. I like to think I've gotten kind of good at this. I still screw up from time to time, as I did last night, as a matter of fact. But fortunately, I was able to fish the yolk out of the drink. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. That is going to be, that's going to be plenty. Yeah, well, I was afraid I got a piece of shell in there, but I don't think I did. Now, we seal it up, and we have to shake this really, really well to emulsify the egg white. right? And I'm not going to bore you as I shake this, because it's going to take a while. So I'm going to go away and come back when it's done. Hey, I'm back. First thing you probably notice is I'm wearing something different. Second thing, I'm not using the same shaker. So here's what happened. Yesterday, while I was in the midst of vigorously shaking this drink, because it needs to be vigorously shaked, my beloved glass shaker cracked. Ruined the drink, ruined the video. Well, not quite. I said I'm going to come back to it the next day. I'm going to make another drink and I'm going to video my completion of it. So I've been shaking this one for at least a minute, right? At least a solid minute, a really good hard shaking. And this is a nice metal one. Nothing's going to crack on this one. Now, I'm going to carefully open it because a lot of pressure builds up while you're shaking egg white. I'm adding ice. I'm sealing it up again. And I'm going to finish by shaking just a little while with the ice to get it nice and cold. Oh, I can feel the shaker getting frosty. And open the top and pour the drink. Look at that nice creamy texture. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Pink Lady. Why don't you consider celebrating Valentine's Day, or whatever day it is when you happen to see this video, by making this drink. Let me do a sip. It's delicious, right? Not super sweet. In fact, it's not really that sweet at all. A little bit of sweetness from the grenadine. It's a extremely well-balanced drink. You've got definitely taste the gin. Whatever sweetness is provided by the grenadine is counterbalanced by the sour or the lemon juice, and the little bit, tiny bit of that Applejack in there as well. This is a fantastic drink. So I hope you'll give it a try. So happy Valentine's Day, and until next time, cheers.